Look, today, guys, I've got the absolute great pleasure of chatting with Mason, who's on the quest for a major fundraising challenge. And more about that in a minute. But first of all, just to give you a bit of a sense of who this person is, Mason was first involved through our Mirabel family camp at Lord Somers Camp in 2011. And after one of the best weekends of his childhood, he says, he later went on through 2015 as a red grouper through our Premier Camp, Big Camp. Mason since volunteered and participated in pretty much all of our programs. Being obviously Mirabel, has been a volunteer with Very Special Kids Camp at Lord Somers Camp. He's been a volunteer at Camp Diversity, Atlas Camp, been involved in Empower Me and Max. And goodness me, Mason, I don't think there's things that you haven't done. His favourite food, he says, is the make-it-yourself roasted spud, which I found quite interesting. And Mason, you've made a great amount of social impact in your involvement in Lord Somers Camp, and you're going one step further. So you're preparing a marathon fundraising initiative for Lord Somers Camp and Powerhouse by playing online games for 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
A massive effort. Why is it important to you, Mason?
Back in 2015, when I first understood really about Lord Somers Camp and got to experience Big Camp, it was during my high school and, just year 12, really rough time in practically everyone's life, because you got to panic with exams and you've got to do all that stuff. And Lord Somers just gave me a place to relax and, be myself and not be this person that I had to hold myself to expectations because of studying, and I could be me. And me doing the 24 hours is actually really important to me. So I've been studying, I've been trying to figure out exactly what I need to do to make the impact and the strive to be the best for this day, because Lord Somers Camp is pretty much one of the best places that I can be when it's open. And going to community camps and giving back to the community is what I love to do personally. And at the same time, I want to give back to Lord Somers for everything they've done to me as well. So this is just a small feat for me to give back.
That's really touching to hear you say. And I think you being involved in the organisation it makes the organisation what it is. So your contribution is continuing to be outstanding. Now, 24 hours, quite a grueling event on ultimately doing something that you really love and enjoy, but there must be some training involved. Have you been doing any training in the lead up in this grueling event, Mason?
It's kind of more or less finding something that you can play for the long time and the long period of 24 hours without the urge of getting bored or the urge of throwing in the towel. And it all comes down to research and what can I play for 6 hours to swap to another game to play for 6 hours and keep going like that. The training itself, just keep playing. I've streamed every day this month as well. Just keep trying to communicate with the community that I've built on Twitch, and they understand what I'm about as well.
That's really good, and expanding that message a little bit as well is obviously quite important to get people around and support you through it. But and I think it's interesting in the sense of making sure that you are picking games that you can continue for that length of time. And I assume you're not going to be playing Snake or Tetris or anything like that. So what games are you playing? And
so one of the games I will be playing, which I've actually got my community behind, is World of Warcraft, which is a game that's been around since about 2004 and keeps improving every 3 or 4 years to try and make the game better. But with that, I've got I call it a guild, but it's also almost a little community. Other than that, I'm going to try and bring in some community-based games. There's like games like Town of Salem, which is like a deception game. Among Us, which is also another deception game. Things that my people that are watching can actually join in and have fun with me and be on stream and do all that sort of stuff as well.
It's a real real nice way to connect communities in this time through lockdown, essentially, really, isn't it? You know, having that opportunity to connect and be involved and ultimately just have some fun. How can people get behind you and support or connect with you on the games and potentially how can they donate?
I believe on the interview link, there's a fundraising link. The other way is supporting me directly on Twitch, so twitch.tv/Macy with 2 I's. That directly helps me because it with every viewer, your name goes up the list of people, because these days, because of the coronavirus, everyone's like trying out streaming and stuff. So if your name's just a little bit further up the list, you gain a little bit more attention. And
that's awesome. I think our whole Lord Summers Camp and Powerhouse community, we want to really make sure that virtual room or on Twitch is incredibly full of love and support within that 24-hour stream.
The Lord Summers Camp and Powerhouse fundraising stream will be on the 20th of September, 2020.
20th of September. So make sure you mark it in your calendar. Thanks, Mason. Look, really, we wish you all the best and good luck on your challenge. And if you're wanting to support Mason, again, the links are in the description. Let's get behind him. Good luck, Mason. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with me.
And that's okay. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. See you, mate.
See ya.